Hello, hello. Welcome or welcome back. I hope everybody is doing very well. Okay, so buckle up because this could be a bit more chaotic than any other kind of video. So, for some context, I have a show coming up with a few of my horses and some of my lesson students, and I thought today would be a good way to show you what it's like to get ready for a show, along with some of my normal everyday stuff like teaching lessons, exercising some of my horses, etc. So, I guess without further ado, let's go ride some horses, teach some lessons, and get ready for a show. So, the first horse of the day is a very special one. This is Taz, who is named after the Looney Tunes character, I think is the show that he's from, which I absolutely adore. I think his previous owner chose an absolutely great name. Taz is a 12-year-old 16.5 hand Percheron gelding who I've had for a bit over 3 years now, I think. He's a very sweet and easygoing horse, and was actually originally trained to be a therapy horse. I bought him off of a good friend of mine and had planned to use him for lessons. The thing about Taz is he was not originally ridden a ton due to his training for a therapy horse, and because of this, his owner never really had a reason to test out how he was under saddle, which is why when I bought him, I was the first to find out about this little problem of his. Now, he doesn't actually have any problems with behavior. In fact, he's a very good listener and is also to ride. But Taz has very unusual gaits. When we first started to ride him, it became a concern of his soundness. We didn't know if he had some injury that wasn't showing on the outside or if he had some other kind of problem. But after a lot of time with our on site vet, we determined that, strangely enough, there was nothing wrong with this horse. Taz is a very comfortable horse to ride, but especially in the canter, he lifts his front legs in a very unusual way, and that was what originally made me think something was wrong. But after a lot of vet visits and quite a few test rides, I think I'll finally start integrating Taz into our lesson program, as he is a very beloved horse here. So after cooling him down from our ride, my other plan was to cut his mane. It gets really hot here in Jorvik, especially in the summertime, and I don't want any of my horses overheating, so sometimes cutting their manes just a little bit shorter is the least I can do for them. I think he looks very cute, and I think he's quite happy with how much cooler it is. The next part of my day took me on a very long journey all the way up to Firgrove Village, where I had a lovely lunch at the beautiful cafe that they have here. And then I made my way over to the stables to pick up Treasure, my North Swedish horse, who has been here for a clinic for the past few days, so that I could take him home. Treasure was one of the first horses I bought when I started buying horses for myself and for my stable, and I've had him for quite a long time. Honestly, he's just such a sweet horse. He's great for literally everything: lessons, competitions, or just pleasure riding. And so I really missed having him around the stables, and a lot of our lesson students missed him too. I brought him down to the open grassy arena down in Firgrove, and we just had a really fun time. Had a nice, relaxing ride the day before the show, and started just doing some little jumps. I didn't want to overwork him, as I know he's worked hard the past couple of days, but we just had some fun, and it was really great to ride him since he's usually in lessons, which means that I don't get much time to ride him for myself. So, for a little bit of background on the show that I'll be taking him to, amongst other horses, it is a few day long show that I will be attending along with some of our lesson students here at the Jupiter Equestrian Facility. And it is just really a great opportunity, whether my students are beginners or advanced riders, because honestly, it's just a lot of fun, and we're not holding them at any kind of standards to do really well. And honestly, it's just a great experience to get out and do something. So, the third horse that I am exercising today is one of my thoroughbreds. Her name is Inga. She has not really made an appearance yet, but I love this horse. She has so much energy all the time and a great work ethic. I love taking her out to do cross country and jumping, something where I can really let her stretch out and go fast because that's something she really loves to do. I honestly don't get a chance to ride her that much as she is leased by one of our lesson students who does just a great job with her, but it was really fun to get out and do some cross country and also some jumping in our ring here, and we just had a great time. She was really having fun, I was having fun. It was a great experience and a great way to spend some of my time, especially, before a very stressful couple of days at the show. So, my next plan for the day was my first lesson, which was one of my more advanced students and her lease horse, who is technically my horse, but is used in lessons and currently is being leased by her. Her name is Nicole, and she mainly rides a lot of Western. She's really good at it, and her and Sunny work absolutely amazingly together. Today they were just working on some tricks. I think they have a competition coming soon down by Starshine Ranch. And so she was just working on some basic stuff, just like the little backup thing she's doing here. I apologize, I don't really know a lot of the Western terms, excuse me. I really can't speak today. And she was just doing some like sliding stops, and it was really cool to watch her work with Sunny as I don't have a lot of students who ride Western, and I'm just really amazed by what they're capable of, especially because they've only been riding together for a few months now. But it was really awesome to see. I gave her a few pointers, but I'm not really an expert in the Western world, so I kind of just let them do their thing and watched, and it was really cool to see. My second lesson of the day is one of my newer students. Her name is Ella. She's riding her horse that she boards here, Olive. Now, Ella and Olive are a very special pair, as in their lessons they do mainly tackless work. Normally, I don't teach this at my barn, as unless my students have some previous experience or know the horse they're riding very well, it can be quite unsafe. However, I've seen Ella in a few competitions and shows before she came to my barn, and she was trained by someone I know very well, so I trusted in her capabilities. I have also done quite a bit of tactless work in my riding career, so I figured I could help her improve her skills a little bit. Her and Olive just did some very basic jumping and flat work today, which is still super impressive to watch, even if it's not the most complicated stuff. I gave her a few tips on how to look more fluid when jumping with Olive, and also how to make it so that Olive is more comfortable when they land the jump. love watching them do this move that Ella's been teaching Olive, where it's this sort of like little half rear hopping kind of thing. I think it's so cool to watch, and it's really impressive that she's able to do all of this. So now on to the last part of all of this that I'm sure people have been patiently waiting for, the show prep. Before I really get to packing everything up and trailering horses and stuff, I'm taking my Trakehner Warmblood Cross gelding, Harley, out for a little ride before the big day, or days, I guess. Harley is still quite a young green horse, and this is one of the first shows that I will be taking him to. He is a very forward horse who has a lot of energy, and he can be a lot to handle, but he's super sweet, funny, and awesome to ride. So I tacked Harley up and headed out to the arena. I had a few small jumps set up across the arena, and I didn't jump any that were much higher than the ones I already had, as I don't want to overwork him. We did a short warm-up, which I didn't film much of, as it's not very exciting, and then we started over a few jumps. Almost immediately, I noticed that Harley was not his normal, energetic, powerhouse kind of self. I stopped jumping, as I didn't want to hurt him if something was wrong, and I called over one of our stable hands to watch for any limping and lameness. She watched us as I led him around, walked, trotted, and cantered while riding him, and hopped over a few more jumps. She said that she agreed he seemed low energy, but not lame or limping. She suggested maybe I lunge him a bit to get him in the groove. While we were lunging, I had him do some cantering and extended cantering, and really gave him the chance to stretch out and work out any stiffness that he might have. His ears were forward, and he seemed very focused and happy the whole time. After a decently long lunging session, he seemed much happier and much more in the mood to ride. So I hopped back on him and started jumping again. He was definitely back to his normal self now, launching himself over the jumps, ears forward, and very focused on what he was doing. And you know what that means, it's montage time. So after all that hard work, I took his tack off, popped on a Bosal, something without a bit, and just walked him around on the beach, did a little bit of trotting. I just wanted to cool him down and have fun because he worked really hard and deserves it, so... So after washing him off, grooming him, making sure he looked all pretty and shiny, I put on some liniment and am putting on some ice boots and getting him ready to go into the trailer. I'm just going to walk a few other horses out there, get them ready, and make sure everybody is in the trailer, and then I'll drive my way to the showgrounds. So thank you so much for being here, for watching what this is all like. Now it's kind of late evening time and I'm driving the trailer. I have somebody else driving the other trailer with the other horses in it. We are on our way to the showgrounds. We will probably be there late night and the show stuff will start tomorrow in the afternoon. And it's kind of like I think 3 or 4 day long event. I'll probably video some of it and post about that, so it'll be super fun. I'm really excited, and thank you so much for being here. Hope you have an awesome day or night, and stay hydrated, stay safe, and thank you so much. Bye-bye!